Sorry, I had to do it.
Not sitting there making faces at me, yeah. I'll get you back one day. Right. Okay, what I want to do is just show you some of the features of the objective testing. Hopefully you received communication from us about these being available. But we've got a practice exam available for all 9 of the subjects in the qualification. We also have the practice exams for the case studies as well. And it's fairly easy to find. If you pretend you're a student, you're looking at the 2015 syllabus, and then towards the top there's the practice exams, and you end up on a page where you can choose between all of the different tests like you see here, and clearly what I've done so far is I've clicked onto F1, that's where my demonstration is. I've done a little bit of planning ahead just in case of there's any connectivity problems and things when you're doing it with a Wi-Fi tend to be a little bit slower than they will be in the live exam, so I just want to make sure that I can show as much as possible. There are some resources around the practice exam that you would look at. This thing here, the exam tutorial, if allows, I had downloaded this and put it on my laptop, but now it's telling me it won't speak to it. I blame my laptop. But there's this tutorial which is completely nothing to do with accounting or management accounting, but it's an interactive demonstration of the live platform with all of the features, a couple of which are not on the practice test. I don't know why, but they're not there, and they're things that students should have a look at, and you should have a look at beforehand so that you know what to advise students on. I'll mention what they are when we're looking on the screens. The practice exam itself, one of the things that I've skipped out by doing it during the break is to get onto the practice exam for the first time requires you to register, wherever it is, with Pearson VUE. It's the most convenient thing that we could find to deliver a representative platform. But it is within Pearson VUE's website, and it's within a secure area that's used for open testing. So you've got to create a username and a password, and you get asked questions about what's your favourite colour, and what's your mother's maiden name, and all these different sort of secure questions. And it makes it look quite sort of daunting that you're signing up for something, but you really aren't. One of the questions that I like on it, it says, what's your ideal career? Is one of the questions in there. And I think, well, like everyone's going to put in being a management accountant, surely. So anyway, that's in there. You create an account, and then it's a one-off, and then you can go into this area and find the exams over and over and over again. There's no limit on the number of times people can take them. There's no charge and whatever. And once you're registered and you go into the practice exam, there's still, I think it was 4 screens to go through to select which exam you want to do, to confirm that you've read the terms and conditions. And it reads as though you're placing an order. And one thing I keep on saying to people, and I hope that students realise, that it's just because this is a convenient home for the practice test. We don't, well, we do, it does create an invoice, but the invoice says 0. We don't ask for payment, there's no cards, details. CIMA is not going to send out an invoice or anything like that. So it does, it says it in font that's far too small, but it's free to use. Believe me, if I was being charged for the amount that I've used them now, I'd really have to be looking at taking out another bank loan or something. I've been into these hundreds of times. There's additional resources which you can look at. There's an overall guidance which I hope to have covered most of the points on. There's indicative, or the tables that will be available for different exams are in there. And there is a page, or a PDF, with the correct answers to the test questions. Right? Doesn't have any of the workings, it just asks what the answer is. and it's just a set PDF. One of the features of the exam, well, I'll talk about it later, we'll see that, we'll do this. There's a bit of a disclaimer in here which we'll talk about. There's some functions that students are going to have in their exam which we haven't got on the practice test. I'm not quite sure what the reasons are, they must be technical, so I haven't asked because I don't like asking technical questions because I don't understand the answers. But there is going to be a calculator on screen for the students, but in the first year, at the very least, they will be allowed to use their own pocket calculators in the exam room, as long as those calculators comply with standard designs and so on. So you can't use a calculator function that's on your iPhone, for instance. There's something that we call a scratch pad, which wasn't me. Well, it might have been.
Were you thinking a lot?
Yeah.
Hang on.
This happens at the most important moment.
Yeah. I just wonder when it's done. Well, I've got the battery on this, so I should still be connected.